Here we see Chess Projector, two instances. One on the left is the white player. On the right is the black player. The white has just made his move, and black was prompted to copy it, and then he made a move, and now white is prompted to copy it. Then white will make a move. These are running on two separate computers connected over the internet, although they're sitting right next to me. The idea seems kind of obvious. We're just going to play chess on physical boards. Auditory, feedback just announcing the move certainly works fine, but this is more visual, and this is an early prototype, and hopefully we can just make this very, very much more cool, along the lines of, if you've seen it, these augmented pool tables and stuff. For now, though, we're concentrating on just letting a player have a board he can just look at and not be distracted. Later on, or additionally, we'll have ways to have fun. We'll just tack on engines, suggested moves, suggested lines, and other things, to improve the quality of the mapping and so on. These are all underway. But for now, the actual thing that works is head-to-head play. Right now, this could work with anybody's board, but there's only these two boards at my house, so I'm hoping to set up a distant board somewhere. Then you get the problem of setting up meeting times, and also underway is the idea of having tournaments, having a central site to archive and set up pairings. There's a real primitive form of that in there now, and the more work you put into this, the more you appreciate these sites like Chess, which is essentially done by one guy. Anyway, I've used this, the online version of this with a single board against Chess to bring up my Chess rapid rating 100 points, so it's paid for itself. Well, at least it will if I stop adding features and start playing more rated games. I think this would be cool too for puzzles. You could set up the puzzle, be prompted for the initial position, use your, board vision to look at it instead of looking at the book or at the computer. And playback of live games. That's one thing I've done with it. So it'll prompt you for the moves as they're made. Say it's some slow time control game like a World Championship or a computer chess super final. You only get a move every few minutes anyway. You could also use this for, say, a human chess. On a large field, you could have a projector projecting these squares out there. You wouldn't need really to do anything to the field except make it dark and make the projector big and bright. The enhancements would have to do with, the shadow removal, dealing with these blockers where, a tall piece picks up something. It's kind of out of the way. I mean, impossible unless you have multiple projectors illuminating it, but I'll probably try that at some point. Depends how long the lockdown lasts. So far, so good for the slow progress. I also have an idea to, paint those black pieces maybe gray. And the white pieces also both matte, so that we can project directly on the pieces. And then, of course, replace the electronic board with a camera so that we can do all this on the cheap. On the way there, I was thinking of using 3D camera or point cloud, 3D reconstruction camera, stereo camera, like the Intel RealSense, and see if I can, for example, cluster the piece heights. I'd want to, get the plane parameters, the board. Should be very straightforward. Segment out the pieces and then cluster the piece heights, and with a lot of temporal smoothing, should do the trick. And at some point we'll try the straight up neural net. I've spent a fair amount of time creating synthetic data sets for neural net to use the Amazon little IoT camera, the fisheye. Not good results so far. Machine learning, my first foray into machine learning, maybe bit off a little more than I could chew. My last attempt was to encode the board rotations. I'm just trying to get the camera pose by looking at an occupied board. Well, anyway, didn't work out so good. Put that aside. So I think I'll just go with this low hanging fruit, like the Godot thing. Just get more flames and whatnot, and add engine stuff and sound effects. That should be it.